the untold story about dam site. So today, welcome to the dam site, and then we are taking you deep to Pom landfill in the Greater Accra region, and then we will digest what goes in, what goes out over here. Thank you for the other day for watching us on the episode 1. Moving on to the episode 2, it will be a lot of conversation, discussion, and then the thoughtful messages across. So stay tuned here as I welcome you, a waste speaker who has joined this for many years ago, and they're still working at the dam site here in Pom landfill. What goes in and then what goes out, we are going to digest everything. Despite the condition, he uses his materials for a purpose. He uses his materials which produce more goods than harm in this country. Today, I welcome a gentleman who works with International Alliance with waste pickers across the nationwide. I welcome Mr. Johnson Doe on our show today. Sir, you are welcome.
Thank you very much, my brother.
How is work, and then how is everything going? Should we know you more, or we should just leave it aside?
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm happy to be here today, especially to give you some insights about the work that we do here as waste pickers. So I will first mention my name. Who am I? So my name is Johnson Doe. I'm one of the founding members of the Landfill Waste Pickers Association, and I have led this association for two occasions, 2 terms, which is two years, for 4 years. And in my leadership, there is one thing that I did to make sure that association has a formal structure. So with the support of other colleagues, I tried my best to provide a very formal constitution for the association and get the association registered for us to be able to get recognized from the above. So I would say when we go in deep, I will tell you more about it. And also now, I am an African representative of the International Alliance. International Alliance is a global body representing waste pickers worldwide, and I happen to be the African representative, executive council member. Yeah.
Well, our viewers, that is Mr. Johnson Doe, a guest of mine today on this episode, and then we are going deep, what goes in, what goes out in waste picking. So beyond the trash, there's many things that is untold about waste picking, and then today we are moving deep and deep into this. So how long have you been working as a waste picker actually, and then where did you start that exhibition from?
Okay, I've worked as a waste picker for 2 decades now, and I'm still working as a waste picker. And the main reason why I still remain as a waste picker is where the trash ends, where waste ends, that is where some of us begin to find treasure. That is where exactly some of us, our life starts from. So our life starts from the waste that people throw away. And years back, when I started to be a waste picker, it's quite difficult because there is a stigma on waste pickers as well. There is no respect for people who work as a waste picker, and also there is no recognition. Nobody respects or regards these people as workers. Aside the role that we play as waste pickers, we realize that we are still lacking support. So I begin to develop the leadership potential to be able to make sure this mindset of the society is changed, for them to see us that no, we are not just waste. We are people with vision, and we really care about the environment, and we really make sure things went well, especially where we work at the landfill. There are many things that we fight to protect the landfill by retrieving the recyclable materials from the landfill. which creates more space for the landfill and which creates more space for the landfill to receive more waste from the community as well. And secondly, we also fight fires by ourselves with our own capacity. There are instances where the landfill got fire outbreaks. Then we have to fight as Waste Speaker Association. We have to make sure it's put under a control. So there are lots that we did since I joined this association as a Waste Speaker.
Okay, so where somebody's trash stuff, that's where the survivor of the jungles starts from. So in a way of protecting the environment by extorting or sorting the good materials from the trash, what led you for doing this work?
No, it's I would say it's lack of financial support from the families. My parents really, I really come from a very poor home, and I lost my dad during my senior secondary school, and I have to continue my education. Then it got to a time where my mom struggled to make sure I completed school, and through this she couldn't continue with her own capacity. It becomes difficult for her to support me alone. So I have to also move out to make sure I support my mom for me to be able to complete the school, and that's what I did. So there was a season where my stepbrothers visited the village, and when leaving back to the city, which is Accra, I decided to follow them too, and they let me understand that this is where they work and this is the work that they do. And I said, no problem, I have to do it to support myself, to be able to finish my school and also support my mom and my other siblings. So initially that was what pushed me into becoming a Waste Speaker, because I realized financially I have to support myself and my siblings and my parents so that we can end. I would say it's a success story for me as well. Since I joined, or decades now that I work here as a Waste Speaker, I'll be able to take care of my family. Even now that I have children, I'll be able to take care of my children that are going to school. Be able to take care of my sick mom, and I've also got the opportunity to participate in some international spaces where I fight for the rights and recognition of waste speakers, making sure their voice is heard and their role is recognized as waste speakers.
So that means this is giving us a much opportunity as a youth that are facing some challenges in our homes, our houses. The background may not be okay, but wherever you find yourself, adjust to it, use that opportunity meaningfully. That is what you have created for yourself. When you started this work as a waste speaker, have you faced any challenge, or you just entered and then everything became successful like that? Do you have any challenges when you started this work?
No, you can't start to be one. The first challenge is you don't really know what you are picking. Working at the landfill, first the environment is not conducive for you. You are not familiar with the environment, so you see things that you are supposed not to see. And whilst working, you come into contact with some waste like medical waste, waste like hazardous liquid waste. There are certain things that you come into contact with, and this affects our health system. There are chemicals that we breathe unseen. There are invisible substances that we breathe in or goes into our body. So as time goes on, we begin to feel headache or back pain and all that. Those are, I would say, is primary challenges or difficult, because we are now getting used to the environment. But whilst going forward, there is also this stigma that I mentioned earlier. It's one of the biggest challenges, because the society does not see you as sorry to say, a normal human being, and the community also regards you as one of the poorest, or you are not good, so they really don't want to associate themselves with you. These are serious challenges, because it goes deep and it affects us emotionally. It gives us thinking a lot, and we really don't know how to overcome that. And aside from that, there is also this stigma that I mentioned earlier. It's one of the biggest challenges, because the society does not see you as, sorry to say, a normal human being, and the community also regards you as one of the poorest, or you are not good, so they really don't want to associate themselves with you. These are serious challenges, because it goes deep and it affects us emotionally. It gives us thinking a lot, and we really don't know how to overcome that. And aside from that, the materials that we pick, these are things that we sell to make a living, but you don't determine the price of what you pick. Somebody came and tell you, I'll buy this. Either it's good for you, it's not good for you. You don't have no bargaining power to bargain. And these are all challenges and difficulties. Aside that, at the landfill or our space of working, there are a lot of harassment from the contractors, the machines, and the operators that work with us. They don't see us as stakeholders working in the space. They come with their mindset as they see us as nuisance by destroying our materials that we pick or pack. Again, I'll also highlight the space where we store our materials. We don't have enough space as waste pickers to store our materials, or even say to add some value to it before selling. This also gives us the low price when we pick our materials. So there are lots of challenges and difficulties that I can mention, but I think these are the important ones for now.
So since when actually, or which year do you start this work as a waste picker?
So I started around 2002. So I completed SHS year 2000. Then 2002 I joined this work.
So is there a particular day that you feel this actual date I will never forget in my life, that is most difficult, and then the experience one you have?
The most difficult one is when I saw a member lied unconsciously inside at the landfill, and this comes as a result of a bulldozer that works on him, and we realized that he cannot survive. And this is a serious accident that happened on my colleague waste picker that I've seen lying unconsciously through the effort of the operators who couldn't notice that somebody is there, and they have to crash him to death. And till date, we remembered that person, even it's up to decades now, but these are days that once in a lifetime you remember your colleague, how he's gone, and you can't forget the days like that. Yeah.